Got it. Okay, this is the meeting of the Chesapeake Beach Ethics Commission at 1 p.m. on November 3rd, 2021. Next item on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now, for what's worth, I can hear an echo of my own voice. Okay. The agenda is on the screen in front of everybody. Is there any additions or corrections? Hearing none, we're deeming them approved. Then the next item, set of items on the agenda are status of the May 2021 recommended changes to the ethics ordinance. It is my understanding that the mayor intends to present those recommendations to the town council at a work session either November or December.
We didn't approve the minutes.
I'm sorry?
The item A, we didn't approve the minutes from the last meeting.
Yeah, we did that. We just, oh, no, we didn't. I'm sorry. Thank you, Ingrid.
Sure.
We have the minutes of last meeting were emailed to us. Does anyone have any changes or additions?
No.
Corrections? Hearing none, they are approved, and I thank you very much, Ingrid.
Sure.
Okay, that was A. So now we go to B, which is the status of our recommendations. And my understanding is that the mayor will present them to the town council at a work session as soon as possible, in light of the fact that they're going to have a work session to consider replacements for the council member who left. Fortunately, in my opinion, there's no great urgency. So, but on the other hand, I don't like it that things would just lay around getting nothing. Next is the possible problems caused by town employment of children of elected officials. Without having discussed it with anybody, my own opinion is that the ethics ordinance ought to be amended to clearly and unequivocally provide that a council member cannot vote on the budget of the town department, in this case, water park, either specifically or as part of the overall budget. I don't think the ethics ordinance does that right now, or with sufficient clarity. The ordinance ought to be clear one way or the other, or one way or the other, either along the lines I'm speaking, or specifically say a member of the town council can participate in decisions affecting the department which employs his or her child. Ingrid or Peter, could either of you volunteer to draft one of those provisions or the other? And that'll give us a vehicle to discuss it at the next meeting.
I'll be drafting to the attorneys. I think that's better suited, and take maybe something else on.
Oh, I don't know. Well, all right. You said that you're okay. I was hoping for a clear provision, but if we leave the drafting to attorneys, we got some problems.
Phil, may I?
Yes, Fred.
let me throw something else out for you to consider at the next meeting. And I'm a little bit concerned about trying to be specific with a particular department or a particular agency or situation. I understand the ethics ordinance. To me, I realize it's not clear to you, clear. But if the ethics commission, in its exercise of its duties and responsibilities, and thinks that there is an issue that could be resolved perhaps by issuing advice or guidance or advisory opinion to the mayor and council, explaining the commission's interpretation without having to perhaps go and amend the ordinance. That's just my thinking on it.
All right, well, that'll be an argument if if we discuss a proposed amendment. Our conclusion may be that we will just do. See, I can't even hear myself. Well, all right, here's the deal. I will draft something that we can discuss next meeting, even if the conclusion is that we don't need to amend the ordinance. We can simply publicly interpret the current ordinance. That takes care of that agenda item. The next agenda item is determine whether there's a need to consider borrowing gifts to officials from town entities. I raised this a couple of months ago. Peter discussed the possible concerns with the town administrator, and I'm satisfied that there's no need to do anything. That whatever my concerns were have been eliminated, I think, and we'll just see what happens in the summer if things change. Peter submitted a report to us in June, I believe. I think we should make that part of our record. Is there any objection to that? All right, so the report by Peter will be placed in the record of this meeting. Okay, next. The item is status of obtaining disclosures from officials who left office in 2021. I circulated a draft that would go to each of them. Does anyone have any comments or improvements? Hearing none, and subject to anyone emailing me, I'm very often guilty of typographical errors or omitting or repeating words. So look at it carefully. I will, in consultation with Sharon, get these out this week. Next item is status of obtaining clarification of certain 2021 disclosures. Again, I've submitted a draft in an email I sent out to the council members yesterday. Does anyone, excuse me, again, any corrections or improvements? All right, again, this week in consultation with Sharon, we'll get those set out. Schedule the next regular meeting of the commission. I think Peter and Ingrid should unmute. And anyone have any idea when we should meet again. What date is today? Today's November 3rd. And let me get a calendar, sorry. I have a prejudice in favor of scheduling a meeting, even if we don't know what's going to be on the agenda. I'd like to propose that we meet in the first week of December.
How about the 1st, December 1st?
December
Another
1st.
Wednesday?
Wednesday. Anyone have a problem with 1 p.m. on Wednesday, December 1st? Hearing none, we will, that's our meeting. And I guess, yeah, subject, yeah, at worst, if all of us decide that there's nothing to do, two of us can, show up on Zoom and, declare that we're not going to have any substantive meeting. Okay, last item is comments by commissioners and members of the public. Does anyone have any comments?
Chairman, this is Holly Wall.
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention that the candidates for town council, all of the public disclosure forms have been received. We were under the impression that the Ethics Commission was going to review those forms and certify them for completeness prior to interviews taking place. Is that the intention?
That was it. Ingrid, you're nodding yes?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then we're going to have, when do you want to do the interviews? I mean,
it's tentatively set to interview candidates just prior to the November 18th town council meeting. So it would be November 18th at 5:30.
That means we have to meet in the next 2 weeks to do that review. Is Wednesday the 17th convenient for everybody?
Did you say the 17th?
17th of November.
Isn't that kind of late, Phil? I mean, if
Yeah. Well, Holly's just telling us that they want our review done by November 18th.
But they're interviewing candidates on the 18th. What if we have problems? That doesn't give us any slack to follow up with those candidates and make corrections or so forth.
What do you suggest?
Well, I can't do Wednesday the 10th, but maybe how about so Holly, you have all of these things available now, correct?
That's correct.
Yes.
How about Tuesday the 9th?
That's good for me. Peter? Okay, hearing no objection.
Phil,
Yeah.
you want me to attend that meeting? I do have a client meeting.
I don't think we're only reviewing for completeness, so I don't think any legal issues will arise.
That's fine. Just wanted
Okay.
to let you know.
I appreciate that. And so it's Tuesday, the 9th of November. What's that, Peter?
Yeah, I'm okay.
You're okay with the Tuesday, the 9th of November at 1 p.m.? All right.
Tuesday the
9th. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ingrid, thank you for catching that. All right. Not hearing any more comments. All in favor of adjourning indicate by saying aye.
Aye. Holly, just a
Aye.
quick question to you. Will you be emailing us those, that paperwork?
Yes, Sharon has all the documents and she'll forward them.
Okay, good enough. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Those opposed to adjourning indicate by saying no. The ayes have it. Thank you, everybody, as usual. Bye.
Thank you, Phil. Bye.
Bye-bye.